Today we're going to talk about our boy Enoch that was born on the 21st of July in 2009. He only lived for 15 minutes, and it was a really tough time for the family. We had a lot of grieving between his death and the funeral. And one of the things we did as a family is we built a cake. It wasn't any ordinary cake. It was a cake made out of wood that has 1,000 candles strategically placed on it that reminds us of every year of the millennium where the righteous people will dwell on the earth with the Savior Jesus Christ. So as being part of the Hope Box Theater, we've had many opportunities over the years to recreate this cake in a different format where we gift these to other people that are going through life challenges, typically with cancer, with the Hope Box Theater. We are going to build this cake for Bruce, who is battling cancer right now, and he's a very awesome, righteous dude. This template right here is what we use to drill the 1,000 candles, and this particular cake is going to say families can be forever. This is based off of a letter that my mother left to me when she was in her own battle with breast cancer, which ultimately took her life. Before she passed away, she wrote me and my two brothers each a letter. And in my particular letter, she had a very firm conviction because of the temples and the temple ceilings that we would be reunited as an eternal family forever. So this is her font from the letter she left me. And so we've incorporated this into these millennial cakes that we create. Right here is the top of the cake. And this particular one we made in a group of 5 because to drill 1,000 holes takes a long time. So we found that we're able to stack 5 together and drill through all 5. And so this one is already to this point, which is good because it's going to save us a bunch of time today. We're ready to now put the perimeter around this cake. So we've got our 3 1/4 inch ripped side pieces. We're going to get us a quick measurement. So we are 20 by 28. We're going to cut these on this saw. Now we've got all of our side pieces cut. We're going to assemble them, and then we're going to assemble the top on that, and then route it all out and get it all smooth. Okay, so the top is on, the sides are built. Now we're going to dress it with the moldings that will make it look kind of like cake or cake frosting, especially once it's caulked and painted. Prior to doing that though, we're going to route this edge and then sand it up a little, make it smooth. So what are you doing here, Elena?
We are sanding the edges right now to make it nice and smooth, getting it ready to paint.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I like it.
Looking good.
It's looking very nice. We found that this wood right here is a awesome wood as far as mimicking frosting. Every time we make one of these, it just makes me want to eat cake. Sometimes when you've got a bunch of small moldings to cut, it's hard to try to hold your clip exactly on the right point and then get the same mark. What I found really effective on marking a bunch of small intricate molding is just hold it up, make your mark. So the last time I checked, a cake does not have a seam between the base of the foundation of the cake and the top. So what we do is we're going to hide that seam with the decorative frosting that we're going to now apply. Now, the cool thing about the millennium is a lot of times when somebody passes away that's either young or middle-aged or people just weren't ready to let them go, they feel like maybe they got cheated. But God will make it all right through the millennium, and all those good and righteous people are going to be resurrected and live during that time. And we'll celebrate 1,000 birthdays together, which is a lot better than, I don't know, 1 or 2 or 50, or I guess even if you were lucky enough to live till you were 114, or unfortunate enough, maybe. The great thing about these cakes too is you can look at them and you will not consume any calories. Do you feel like you hear me a little better with the mic out a little further?
Absolutely.
We are now going to fill this gap between these two pieces of molding with some caulking. We've already started right here, you can see that, so we're gonna work on caulking this all out. I think that feels about right. Now that we're nearing the end of this project, I think we've got the mic figured out. You know, the only people that paint with like a paintbrush or a roller are the people that don't have an air sprayer. That's why I said people without sprayers use paintbrushes and rollers. That was fast. All right, we've finished painting with the airless sprayer. We painted one coat, lightly sanded it, threw another coat on. Now what I've done is taken the template, laid it over the cake, and kind of gone like this, lifting the corner and tracing all of the letters. So now we're going to begin the process of painting the letters onto the cake. So the letters are now painted and we're waiting for the fabric paint that we're going to outline each letter with. But in the interim, we are going to install some hardware, heavy duty hardware, so that they will be able to hang this on their wall. We're now taking the dimensional fabric paint and tracing each letter. You can see I've done this one here, and it just gives them a lot more dimension and cleans the edges up to where they look really sharp. I'm left-handed, so I always start in the far top right corner and work this way. But if you were right-handed, you'd probably start the other way. We have made it. We are to the final stage of making a millennial cake. We have white candles and we have blue candles. We're going to place the blue candles within the letters, and then the white ones are going to fill in all of the other spaces. Every year in memory of Enoch, we launch 15 balloons, and those 15 balloons represent the 15 minutes that he lived. That's why we've chosen to put blue candles on these cakes. So I'll just begin to place these in, and we just dab them in a little bit of Elmer's glue, and one by one, we begin to place them. Bruce, I hear you're an artist. So we'll let the audience see first, or after you, but what do you think of my artwork? Pretty amazing, isn't it? What do you make it, very abstract?
Yeah, that would be a good word for it.
Yeah. All right, enough of that. Okay, right here. This here is what we call a millennial cake. There are exactly 1,000 candles on this. I'm going to turn it so the audience can see it as well. I need my daughter to come up. My daughter Elena is one of the little kids once upon a time that sang to Jan, the founder of the Hope Box, when she was in one of her rounds of cancer. They got to sing to her, it melted her heart. She had this vision of this beautiful theater where they could bring hope to people that are battling cancer. So here we are today. And she was part of that. And she wanted to help be part of this presentation because she has helped make this. We worked on this all day together. So this is from our family to your family. And we want you to know that you're loved. Families are eternal. They will be forever.